Hey guys! I see frequently on social media that many people are asking how to make a good character AI bot. Today in this video I will go into detail and give you best tips on how to make a good character AI bot. Once we are on the character AI website, we make sure that we are logged in, and then we click on the create button with the cross on the left in the navigation bar, and then on the button create a character. The name is how you will refer to the character in the chat and how other users will discover this bot. It will be each time next to the message the bot will send you in the chat. It can be a single name, Albert, or a full name, Albert Einstein, or a handle as well. It has to be 3 to 20 characters long, made up of letters, numbers, space, and so on. What you need to know: just a name alone can have a large impact on a character, especially on a character without a lot of other details, or if the name is well known. For example, if your character has a famous name, one that system saw many times while training, the name alone can define basic behaviors. In this case, first and last name may help, so Albert Einstein would work better than just Albert, which would be ambiguous without further details. The greeting is the first thing the character will say when you start a new conversation with them. It can be up to 500 characters long, but it also can be left blank. Then the user will need to go first in a new chat. But the greeting plays really a critical part of defining who the character is or what the scenario will be. This also serves to explain to the user what they should talk about. Be sure to use the greeting block in full for all 500 characters. Do not leave this field blank under any circumstances, although this is permitted here. Leave a description to define your character, what your character will be like at the beginning of your chat: angry, cheerful, gloomy, and so on. Describe his type of clothing. Be sure to leave a description of the environment as well to set the scene where your chat will begin. You can also use special variables inside two curly braces, user and care or character. Then any change in settings will not affect anything. And if your chat is public to other people, then your character will know the names of other people automatically. Image generation. This toggle controls whether this character will generate images or not. If this set, the character will generate images in the conversation along the text. But I personally don't recommend it, because images turn out ugly. But that's up to you. The character visibility settings controls who will be able to chat with your character. If set to public, your character will be visible on home and in search results. If it's unlisted, others won't see it unless you share the link. While if you set it to private, no one else will be able to talk with your character except you. Avatar is optional in this case, and this is the image that will appear next to the character every time the character writes a message to you. You can ask also the AI to generate any image for you based on your description, or you can select an image to upload from your personal computer or smartphone. I advise you to use an image with a square aspect ratio. And keep in mind that the avatar you upload will be run through the moderation filters and will be denied if it does not meet their guidelines. This completes the quick method for creating a character, but I strongly advise you not to stop there, otherwise your character will be too simple. So we click on the Edit Details, Advanced button below, and even more important fields open to us. Look. Suggested starters are optional. Here you can provide up to 3 examples of what other users might say to your character to start a conversation, which they can click to quickly insert that response and begin a chat. Each suggested starter can be up to 200 characters long. And keep in mind that these starters will appear on the character profile page, not in the chat itself. Short description. How would your character describe themselves with 3-5 words? It should be up to 50 characters long. It gives the system a concise way to describe the character and scenario. You might also think of the short description as a title, as it will appear in the listing of the character after the name. Also, it can help people understand the character, especially when the name itself is ambiguous. Long description. A few sentences up to 500 characters long that gives more detail about your character. The long description allows you to have the character describe themselves, like traits, history, mannerisms, and so on, and the kind of things they want to talk about. Ideally, this should be written from the perspective of your character, in their own words, like in these screenshots. The categories are optional, and they are needed if you decide to make your character public. You can choose up to 3 from 50 keywords or tags that best fit your character. The categories you choose will help also other users discover or find your character by selecting the category of interest they are interested in. We have already discussed image creation and visibility, but below is remixing and definition visibility. It's only relevant if your character is not private. You can also control whether others will be allowed to use details of the character definition or remix the character. Remixing will use one character's attributes as a starting template for a new character. You can always remix your own characters, but you can also remix the other users' characters when they allow it. Keep in mind that only public and unlisted characters can be viewable or remixable. Also, keep in mind that the private definition settings only hides the longer definition field. All other characteristics of your character, name, greeting, short and long description, categories, image settings, and so on, will be visible. Definition. This field, although optional, greatly influences how your character will speak, what style of language, what figures of speech will be used, the mood of conversation, and so on. The field size is up to 32,000 characters. It can contain any text, but most often it is used to include an example of dialogue with a character. Each message in this dialogue should be formatted as a name followed by a colon, followed by a message. If you have a long definition, put the most important parts of your definition at the beginning. You can come up with example messages yourself, or you can do it more cunningly. Download your ready-made dialogue with any other character. To do this, you need to install Character.ai Tools browser add-on. And with it, you can download any dialogue in desired format and immediately paste it into the field for example conversations. It's so simple. Open the downloaded notepad and there will be a dialogue with your character inside, already in the required format. Copy the contents from the notepad and paste it into the field for example conversations. Then click Save button to save your character, and that's it, your advanced character is ready. This is how to make a good character AI bot. Please let me know if this information was helpful for you. Bye!